Are you tired of toxic assholes ruining your fantasy football experience? Consider joining us at the Worthless Fantasy Federation. We run multiple different kinds of leagues. We have a 32 team NFL simulation style fantasy league. That's what most of our content is based around. You can see the podcast episodes on the channel here that directly correlate to that league, but we also have a salary cap league where we have custom rules designed around a salary cap simulation. We have a 16-team Dynasty Superflex league. We have multiple best ball leagues. Next year, we'll be introducing another 32-team NFL simulation style league, a 16-team Dynasty IDP league, and another salary cap simulation league using IDP, and much more to come in 2025 and beyond. I pride myself in building this community free of toxicity and the stuff that normally comes along with a fantasy football, free leagues that you find on Reddit or wherever. No toxic assholes here. We're just a group of people trying to have fun. Everybody's welcome. I don't care what walk of life you're from. You're welcome here. And I will do my best to help you have fun in fantasy football again. We are very active. I'm always available to help. If you're new to fantasy football, I have no issue helping you learn and get better. We have free leagues, we have paid leagues, we're expanding all the time and starting new leagues every year. So if you're looking for something different in fantasy football, something less toxic, something a little more serious, or if you're just looking to learn and you want a place to feel accepted and to make friends, consider joining the Worthless Fantasy Federation. Link to our Discord is in the description. Or if you wanted to just reach out and ask some questions, you can, comment here on YouTube. I will answer. You can reach out on Discord. Just join up in the Discord and DM me. I am Worthless Watkins. I really hope you give us a shot. Thanks.
Welcome, Indigens. The week 9 is your guy TJ, along with the only thing more depressing than this Thursday's Thursday night football game. And that'd be Worthless Watkins. Hello, Watkins.
Hello. I don't know what the matchup is, so I don't know how bad of an insult it is.
It's like the Titans versus the Steelers.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, what could be worse? Bears and Cardinals, maybe?
Ugh.
Especially when they're both probably using their quote-unquote backups tomorrow.
The Cardinals
Anyway,
third stringer.
We've got probably be a quick one today. We'll go over Week 8's report, and Week 9 I think is going to be pretty quick. Not a lot of great games personally. I think there's going to be a lot of one-sided games here. So
Yep.
yeah, but we do have a game of the week. Congrats to last week's winner. He already got his money, so good for Senior Woofers or Saquon My Huevos or whatever you call him in whatever league or Discord. Let's go on with Week 8 here and see what happened. I barely edged out the Texans last week, 180 to 17. The Bears did the same, taking down the Packers, 149 to 56. We got the Vikings beating Detroit, the surprising Lions, 184 to 147. You got Philadelphia on top of the Cowboys, 206 to 182. Redskins beating the Giants, 222 to 125. Falcons over the Buccaneers, 196 to 88. You got the Panthers beating New Orleans, 186 to 94. Seattle over San Francisco, 239 to 150. The Cardinals beating LA, 191 to 165. The Ravens edging out Cincinnati, 160 to 132. Steelers holding out and beating Team Ulmer, 134 to 105. Game of the week, as we stated, Buffalo Bills beating the Jets, 221 to 179. Dolphins over the Patriots, barely 140 138. Same thing with the Colts over the Titans, 194 to 192. Chiefs doing what they do and beating the Chargers, 230 to 73. And then you have the Raiders surprising everyone and beating the Broncos 171 to 144.
Yep, that should have been game of the week in hindsight.
Yeah. Interesting note. I was very curious to see what kind of adjustments were made this week because I have a lot of invested interest in the Colts and the Titans,
Yeah,
and there was not one change to any game.
it's tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
It's Thursday mornings.
I thought it was on Wednesdays.
They will send in like maybe an adjustment or two on Wednesdays, but those are it's Thursday when the big adjustments come out. So any of these the close games could flip on Thursday still.
Okay, I think you're wrong, but okay.
I'm not.
Anyway,
it's Thursdays. It's always been Thursdays.
let's go to the standings. In the North, you are still up 7-1 over Minnesota, being at 5-3. Detroit's 3-5. Packers are 0-8. In the East, the Eagles are in first, all by their lonesome, 6-2, since they beat the Cowboys and who are now 5-3. The Redskins are 3-5, and the Giants 1-7. In the South, Atlanta's holding on to that first place spot at 7-1 with the Panthers at 6-2. New Orleans 4-4, and Tampa Bay is 0-8. Out in the West, Seattle starting to pull away at 6-2 with San Francisco and Arizona both at 4-4, and the Rams at 2-6. On the AFC side, Pittsburgh is starting to pull away at 6-2 with Baltimore at 4-4, and Cincy and Cleveland both at 3-5. In the East, the Bills take over first place by themselves at 5-3, with the Jets going down to 4-4, and New England's going to be 3-5 with the Dolphins at 2-6. In the South, I'm still holding on barely at first place at 7-1, with the Colts still right behind me at 6-2, the Titans at 3-5, and the Texans at 0-8. And out in the crazy West, the Chiefs are sole first place at 7-1, but they've got both the Broncos and the Raiders now at 6-2 right behind them, and the Chargers are at 0-8. On to the top 5 players in their respective offense or top 5 on the offense. Tyreek Hill still in first place at 216 with Kershary and Hurts in comparative to the defensive side. Our top 5 defensemen, Olukon at 197, Franklin at 193, Bernard at 181, Williams at 181, and Warner at 171. So the offense is starting to take over a little bit in the league.
Yeah.
So with that, Watkins, everybody pick?
What did everybody pick in week 8? Well, we all picked the Jaguars to beat the Texans, which, we all picked the Bears to beat the Packers. We all picked the Vikings to beat the Lions. So 3 for 3. Eagles, Cowboys. TJ was the only one to correctly call the Eagles to win. Commanders, Giants, we all chose Commanders. Falcons, Bucks, we all chose Falcons. Panthers, Saints, we all chose Panthers. 49ers, Seahawks, the WFF were the only ones to correctly call the Seahawks to win. We all correctly called the Cardinals to beat the Rams. Ravens, Bengals, the WFF were the only ones to not choose the Ravens to win. You and I both got Ravens correct. We all correctly picked the Steelers and the Dolphins and the Colts and the Chiefs. And we all incorrectly picked the Broncos, who ended up losing to the Raiders. And in the game of the week, TJ was the only one incorrect, choosing the Jets to beat the Bills when me and the WFF correctly chose the Bills. That is the second week in a row that we all tied and got 13 of 16 correct for 81% of our games called correctly. Which brings the overall total standings to TJ at 100 points with 78% of his games called correctly, me at 99 points with 77% of the games called correctly, and the WFF at 97 with 76% of their games called correctly. So they are only behind you by 3 points. I'm only behind you by 1 point.
What about on those bonus points?
You get 6, I get 4, they get 7. So they now have the upper hand there.
Okay. Well, let's try and change that. Week 9. Let's go. Jags and Bucks. We've got, this is probably the weirdest thing, but this is probably the most scariest matchup I have the rest of the year against the Buccaneers.
That's ridiculous.
Because it's my bye week.
Yeah.
I know. So, yeah. Like, I have, let's see here. MVS and Tutu Atwell are my 2 wide receivers, and they're the only 2 wide receivers I have available. So
That's not that bad though.
super flex, I got Gerald Everett. I'm still going with myself. I think there's enough on the defensive side that I should still be able to take down a 0-8 team. So
Yeah, it must be nice to have a fucking 0-8 team in a bye week.
it's good.
I'm also going with you.
All right, Bears and Ulmer. Probably one of the closer games of the week, but I'm still going with the Bears. I don't think Ulmer's got it in him to take you down this week.
Yeah, definitely a closer one, but I feel confident about it. I'm going to go with myself as well.
Minnesota Baltimore is going to be Minnesota.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Detroit. I got Pittsburgh.
Same.
Cincy Packers. Cincy's going to win it, even though it's going to be probably 2 teams both scoring under 100 points.
Yep.
Panthers Titans. Going to go with the Panthers.
Same.
Atlanta the Texans. It's going to be Atlanta.
Yep.
Indy and New Orleans. Going to be Indy.
Yep.
And the probably closest actual closest game of the week. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Dallas has won. We got the Jets and the Cowboys. That's worth looking into a little bit, I guess. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
I also am going to go with the Jets.
All right. Eagles Patriots. That's gonna be Eagles.
Definitely.
Buffalo and Washington. Another close game, but unfortunately Buffalo just won, so no game of the week here. Got to go with the Bills.
I am also going to go with the Bills. I think it could be a lot closer than we think, but I think the Bills have made a couple of good moves to kind of even their team out a little bit more, and I think they're going to win.
Yeah. Vegas, San Francisco. I'm going to go with Vegas.
Yep, I am likewise going to go with the Raiders.
Arizona and the Chargers. Going to be Arizona.
Yep.
Chiefs and the Seahawks. That's a weird one. Seahawks must have a lot of people on bye. I know they got ETN.
One of those teams that could take the Chiefs down, but I don't know.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are projected to score so many points.
Yeah, I am also going to go with the Chiefs, but it could flip.
And then Broncos Rams. This actually could be a game the Rams win. You know what? Feeling a little froggy. I'm going to jump. I'm going to take the Rams.
That's insane, but okay. I'm going to take the Broncos.
Okay. I'd have a little bit of difference in there.
No, I want to win, so I'm going to choose the teams I think are going to win.
Which leads us to the game of the week, which is going to be the lowly Dolphins and the lowly Giants. This week just didn't have a lot of game of the week, but we do want to get some teams, as we always do, and then pick our team of the week for the game of the week. I'm going to go with Barkley.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Saquon Barkley.
Anyway, Rashee Rice, Hodgins. Rice is the better wide receiver.
Yes, I would take Rice as well.
Smith, Robinson. I really don't like either of them. I think Smith is kind of overrated right now. I don't think he's scoring 13 points against Dallas. I would actually take Wandale in this.
That's insane. I'm going to take Devontae Smith.
Man, he hasn't been producing.
Yeah, and the Giants have. And also, I'm pretty sure Devontae Smith was like wide receiver 4 last week.
Gesicki and Bellinger. Are we talking about overall or this week?
I mean, even this week, I'm going to take Devontae Smith over anybody on the Giants team.
Gesicki and Bellinger. I'm just going to take Gesicki because I love the way he dances. So
Bellinger's also a backup tight end. I'll take Gesicki too.
2 flexes. Smith Njigba and Powell versus Breda and Slayton. We got a backup running back. And
horrible on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm still going on Miami side there.
Yeah, I'll take JSN all day.
And Tua versus Daniel Jones, pretty much a no-brainer there. Tua is going to be superior every week against Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is a horrible quarterback. IDP, Walker versus Pinocchio. Basically, everybody on the Giants side is pretty much still a Giant. so they'll all be playing against Las Vegas.
Anthony Walker hasn't really been playing super well, but is still a linebacker over defensive back. But Jason Pinnock's doing pretty well. I honestly think that could go either way.
Yeah, I mean he's had hit and miss weeks just like a normal DB does. So, I think I'm gonna go Pinnock on this one.
I'm usually inclined to always take a linebacker over a DB, but I honestly think Pinnock has a better chance at scoring points. As they're probably playing Aiden O'Connell, so.
Bradley gives me a Chubb and Wilkins versus Lawrence and Williams. I'm gonna go on the Miami side on this one, mainly because Williams is premier to all four of these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chubb and Wilkins definitely. They're both very good. Wilkins is a pretty high point scorer, and Chubb's been having a really good string of weeks. I really like Dexter Lawrence. He's very good. Leonard Williams going to a new team this week. I don't know how much he's gonna factor in.
Yeah. Good news is for defense, it's usually just see ball, get ball, especially when you're on the line. So
yeah, that's true.
Shouldn't be affected. Linebackers, you got Baker and Van Ginkel versus McFadden Thibodeau. I'm kind of surprised Thibodeau is actually projected to score only 8 points that week. He scored 43 last.
Yeah, he had 3 sacks last week.
Yeah. I really like Thibodeau. I mean, Baker's not a slouch either.
Micah McFadden's actually having a pretty good year also.
I'm actually going to go. I was going to say, I'm actually going to take the Giants side.
I think I might also.
I think the Giants have a better. And then DBs, we got Kahoo, and Xavier Howard against Love and McKinney. A lot of X's out there.
Yeah.
A lot of not nobodies, but not a lot of flash either.
That's pretty split. Kader Cahoe's having a decent year. He's pretty consistent. Xavier Howard's Xavier McKinney's pretty consistent, but not quite as good as Kader Koha. And then Julian Love is, I mean, he's had a couple of good weeks, but.
I'm going to go Miami side because they're playing Kansas City, which means their secondary is going to have to play.
That's true.
Get a lot of tackles.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet. It's a lot closer than I expected it to be on paper, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with Miami side.
On the bench, Miami's got Nico Collins.
Yeah, Nico Collins.
And
a Landon Roberts. Or on Payne, I guess, but yeah.
I don't see anything that's really going to change my mind on this. I mean, I'm going Miami.
Yeah, I'm also going Miami. I'm surprised they doesn't have Nico Collins starting over Brandon Powell, but okay. Maybe he just hasn't changed it yet.
Yeah, it's possible it just hasn't been changed yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go Miami. It could end up being close. I mean, we've seen the Giants team pop off. Their defense is really good.
Yeah, they've definitely, I mean, they've had good weeks, just no such luck. So
yeah, but feels like the Dolphins game to lose.
What about the Degeniverse? What are they saying?
Yeah, what about them? You're gonna have to give me a second because I had it loaded up, but then I closed it because it was fucking tapping my goddamn shit show computer out. So I was gonna try and pull it up on my phone, but I can't see the results on my phone. Okay. Hopefully this isn't lagging too badly on the recording. We'll see. Alright, for the WFF picks, we have Bears-Browns. That's going to be 8-2 in favor of the Bears. Eagles-Patriots is 100% in favor of the Eagles. Falcons-Texans, 9-1 in favor of the Falcons. Seahawks-Chiefs is 7-3 in favor of the Chiefs. That's a little more one-sided than I thought maybe it would be. Bengals-Packers is 100% on the Bengals. Dolphins-Giants is 8-2 in favor of the Dolphins. So that's might be a bit more of a one-sided game of the week than we would have liked, but there just wasn't very many good options. And we wanted to get the teams that normally wouldn't get that spotlight a spotlight. Jags-Bucks, 9-1 in favor of the Jags. Lions-Steelers, 8-2 in favor of the Steelers. Cowboys-Jets, 6-4 in favor of the Cowboys. Interesting.
Okay.
49ers Raiders 6-4 in favor of the Raiders.
Okay.
Commanders Bills 6-4 in favor of the Bills.
Okay.
Saints Colts 9-1 in favor of Colts. Cardinals Chargers 8-2 in favor of the Cardinals. Vikings Ravens 9-1 in favor of the Vikings. Panthers Titans 8-2 in favor of the Panthers, and Rams Broncos 9-1 in favor of the Broncos. So nothing too crazy. They did choose the Cowboys where we chose the Jets. That's probably the biggest difference.
And you all chose the Broncos, where I'm choosing the Rams. So
Yes, that was another one.
yeah, so pretty much what I expected. Pretty much going to be an off week. There's a couple of differences. Next week will, I think, be a little bit hotter. There's a couple of good games in there. So
Getting closer to the start of the playoffs. Only, what is that, 4 regular season games left, including this week?
4, yep. No, 5, including this week.
No, week 14 is wild card week.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I can do math.
With that being said, there is only 2 weeks before the trade deadline's over. So
That is true. So all those playoff teams out there, us included, as we both hold the second seeds in our respective conferences, better make sure your roster's looking right ahead of the playoffs. Playoff push is coming.
You got 2 weeks to fix it up.
You and I both are hanging on to our second seed by the seat of our pants with a team breathing down our necks.
Sure are.
I at least have one extra game lead over mine than you do, but it's still, I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Because there's a real chance that both of us end up playing our division rivals in the wild card week, which would be hilarious. I'm pretty sure the Vikings and Colts both have the 7th seed right now in both our conferences.
I think as it is right now, I was playing the Raiders.
Oh, I think it was. I think the Colts might have the 6th seed.
And like in my head, I'm like, that's probably the best option I have out of when I'm looking at all the teams that are in the playoffs. Really, I want the bye.
Yeah. You got to take down the Chiefs for that. Good luck.
Well, Broncos are going to get right, and they're going to beat them, and I'm just going to go and run a streak and end up 12-1.
I mean, if the Chiefs lose to the Seahawks this week, you'll have the number 1 seed if you win. So
yeah, crazy, yeah, right. And I may get the number 1 seed and be like 17th in points scored.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I gotta have the Falcons fall off and stay on myself, and I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Right. Well, with that, do you have anything you want to add? Make this one short.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't have any major announcements. I've been slacking on the Madden 24 stuff. I actually have the next episode of the, I think I talked about it last week on the podcast. I have the next episode of the simulation uploaded already, but I just haven't published it yet. And I've got the last episode of the Condors rebuild done. I just haven't edited it and upload. I still have to edit it, and I've been slacking on that shit. I've been busy. It'll get out when it gets out. I make sure this gets out on time. I'll edit and upload this tomorrow morning.
You're allowed, especially with it being Halloween and us having kids. So
I have 2 kids, same as you.
Us having kids.
Oh, I thought you said you having 7 kids.
With us having kids.
Yeah. It's been a busy couple of days.
Yeah. Well, with that, I guess we will see you all on the flip side. Good luck to you all, and hopefully I'll be that much closer to a division win.
Good luck in week 9.